Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dina Julianti, and here I want to submit my test about make a video presentation for English and Intercultural Communication subject by Mr. M.R. Bain and video. Okay, let's start the material. Intercultural communication in everyday life, language classroom, the workplace, family, and then the study abroad. Intercultural communication is the ability to interact and communicate with people from different cultures in a respectful and effective way. It is the bridge between diversity and inclusion and is key to creating welcoming learning environment. Intercultural communication is the study of communication between people whose cultural perception and symbol system are distinct enough to alter their communication from Samovar and Porter, 1997, page 70. Circumstance in which people from diverse cultural backgrounds interact with one another. Indicator of intercultural communication competence. The first is motivation, the second is knowledge, and the third is attitudes, and for the last is skills. An example, in Eicc, people of one culture try to know the information conveyed to them by other cultures. For example, in a hotel establishment, the hoteliers assess their customer requirements, tastes, and provide service accordingly. The customer also informs the hoteliers of their needs. And the relationship between language and culture in IC. The two are intertwined. A particular language usually point out to a specific group of people. When you interact with another language, it means that you are also interacting with the culture that speak the language. You cannot understand one's culture without assessing its language directly. The role of language in culture. Language is intrinsic to the expression of culture as a means of communicating values, beliefs, and customs. It has an important social function and fosters feeling of group identity and solidarity. It is the means by which culture and its traditions and shared values may be conveyed and preserved. How does language affect culture? Language inherently cultural, as it reflects the norms and factors of both subtle and explicit ways. A language may develop sayings that reflect cultural norms, slang terminology that reflects cultural trends, or even syntax that reflects cultural beliefs. Example of language in culture. Some examples are greetings, lectures, wordplay, prayer, and conversation. And then how to promote AC in the classroom. Some strategies and tools that can be used for teaching intercultural communication include film, cooperative learning, improvisation, inquiry-based interaction, test-based instruction, production, interaction, negotiation, mediation, and role play. How to build IC in your classroom. Ways to build intercultural competence in your classroom. The first is have students reflect on their personal identities and cultures. The second is think, pair, share in small group. And third is rearrange your classroom layout. Fourth is incorporate team building exercise into lesson plans. And fifth, interact with students from different regions and countries. I see at workplace, good intercultural communication is crucial for both preventing potential conflicts in the workplace and for resolving them. It is the ideal tool for breaking down cultural barriers and for developing an awareness of different cultural norms. There are major benefits for organizations that have a diverse workforce. I see in the family. Family is the place where culture is learned, and families, in a small way, develop their own culture. Second, intercultural communication can occur in families in several instances, in cases where the parents are from different culture. When the children learn a different culture from the family, such as in cases of immigration or globalization, or in colonized or diasporic culture. And third, culture impacts families through external stigma toward certain familial relationships. Intergroup research considers societal opposition to families or family members, which can occur on different grounds. Society opposes the ethnic or religious group of the family. Society opposes intermarriage between in and out group members, or society opposes the type of union is a same-sex couple. The importance of IC in a country, intercultural communication offers the ability to deal across culture, which is increasingly important as the world gets smaller. Getting smaller doesn't mean the world is becoming identical. It means having more and more contact with people who are culturally different. How to integrate with people from another culture, from other culture. Be open-minded, integrate by hanging out with local people, observe how local people talk, behave, live, integrate to the local language, communicate, don't assume. And tips for improving our intercultural communication skill: the first is do your homework, second is ask, the third is accept that you will commit errors, four is avoid colloquialism, jokes, and idioms. 5 is practice actively listening and observing. 6 is repeat or confirm what you think was being said. 7 is don't ask yes or no question. The 8 is pay attention to non-verbal communication. The 9 is speak slowly and clearly. And the 10 is take a deep breath and enjoy it. And how can improve intercultural communication? The first is be aware of your own culture. The second is be curious, and third is experience different culture regularly. Four is listen and observe. Five is learn to read body language and understand nonverbal cues. Six is be aware of cultural differences and individual cultures. And seven is simplicity is key. Okay, that's all material today. Thank you for your kind attention. See you the next material. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.